welcome as we gather to celebrate the 18th Sunday of Ordinary Time and reflect a little bit on the Gospel. This Sunday, Jesus advises us that we are to build up our treasure in heaven. I'm standing behind the garage here at Immaculate Conception. It had a lot of treasures, I think, from the past, which we don't use too much of. It reminds me, though, however, that building up of the treasures is not the things of the church, but rather the hearts and minds and the souls of the people of God. And that's really our treasure. One of my favorite saints of all time is St. Lawrence, who at the time of his martyrdom was ordered by the Emperor of Rome to bring all the treasure of the church before his martyrdom. And so that night he went around and he found all the people who were living in the streets, the poor, the ill, the paralyzed, and he brought them all in a procession to before the emperor, who grew furious at this display, because what he really wanted was the gold and the silver of the church. And yet St. Lawrence said, here's the treasure. All of us, the people of God, the wounded, the outcast, the forgotten, these are the beloved of God. These are the ones who need God's mercy, and these are the ones who call forth from us the treasures of heaven. God's mercy, God's compassion, God's love, God's healing work. And so we are invited and cautioned to be careful about the things of the earth, that they don't block out our capacity or our willingness to see and to respond to those who need the treasures of heaven. Again, God's mercy and love and compassion and healing grace. So this Sunday, as we continue to reflect upon the Gospels, perhaps our question and our challenge ought to be for ourselves: are we people who do see Jesus Christ in the other, regardless of how disfigured that presentation might be, as St. Teresa of Calcutta would say, that Jesus in a very disguised form, when we meet him in the outcast and the broken and the homeless and the hungry and the poor and the imprisoned. Those are the people to whom we've been sent to bring the good news of the gospel with mercy and God's love. And God bless you in this weekend.